Hey, and welcome to Program 2 Cardio. We are psyching ourselves up today, starting with some arm circles. So you know the drill, forwards, backwards, big, small. Just getting that body moving, waking those shoulders up, getting all the joints happening. Be gentle with yourself because we are just starting now. As you get warmer, we can do things a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. Coming in for our high knees now. You know the different options that you have. This is your lower intensity option. You can also be running it out here. This is a great way to get your body warm. It's your whole body moving, abs included, and we should also start to get our heart rate up with this one. It's cardio day, so we're going to be getting our heart pumping and that sweat is going to be dripping. And the third exercise in our warm-up today is a little squat and curl. So far we've done step and curl, but this time we're adding a little more intensity by dropping into a bit of a squat. So squat and then kick that heel up as far as you can to get your bum. Of course, if you need it to be a little lower intensity, you can always do the step and curl variation. Do what feels right for you, working our way up. Repeating that sequence now. So we've got our 30 seconds of arm circles, we'll have 30 seconds of high knees, and finishing our warm-up nice and strong with the squat and the curl. Alright, let's jump straight into this cardio workout with some skipping. So as you know, I pretend to skip so I don't have a rope, but I just make the movement with my arms and do the jumping. If you would prefer to have a rope, by all means go out and get one, use it, whatever works for you. Whatever option you're taking, make sure those arms are moving and getting the full circle motion. You should feel your biceps and your shoulders working by doing this. Alright, moving into some butt kicks now. So just jogging on the spot, but getting those heels right up to your butt. You can either jog or you can do the step and kick, whatever option feels better for you, and by all means you can swap between them. Alright, fast feet now. So you'll see that I'm moving my feet in, out, out, in, out, out, in, out, out. If this is too much for you right now, you can just run on the spot, getting your feet to go as quickly as possible. By stepping in and out, it keeps my brain active, and it also just helps me to hit the inside of my legs a little more than if I just run on the spot. Play around with it. Try a different way each time, perhaps see what feels comfortable for you, or uncomfortable, whichever way you look at it. Get ready, girls, we are in for broken burpees. Now they're broken because it's broken down into a more achievable movement, and we're working our way up to the real deal. So you'll see that I'm giving you options here where you can either step out or jump out. You can modify these, mix them up, include different parts of each one. Do what feels right for your body. Do it as slow or as fast as you like. Alright, coming in with some crossovers here. Now you've done these before. You know that you can either do them static, so without the jump, or you can add a little jump in the middle of each one. So up in a cross shape and then bending down to the opposite toe. The fitter you get, the more able you will be to add in the jump each time, upping the ante a little bit and creating a greater challenge for your heart, lungs, and legs. Going into those high knees again now. So again, there is this option where you're going opposite elbow to knee, really squeezing those abs here and making sure those arms go up right up to the top of their range each time. Or you can run it out with those quick high knees, whichever feels better for you, whichever your heart and lungs can handle. Down for some squat and press now. So we're kind of combining the squats that we would do in lower body day with the presses that we do in upper body. So your feet can be shoulder width apart. I've got my low resistance band here because it's got to stretch a long way. Squatting down and your arms come down, pushing up and your arms push up as well. So full body working, heart rate should be skyrocketing by now. And finishing our first round in cardio is some shoulder taps. So in a high plank position and just tapping those shoulders with the opposite hand. You want to keep your hips as still as you can so that your core is really staying strong. As usual, you can do this plank on the ground from either your knees or your toes, or you could be doing it from a table, chair, or even against the wall, whichever level feels right for your body. Round two, whatever you do, keep bouncing, keep moving, keep that heart working for us. Keeping those hands going around in circles, you should be finding it. That heart rate's going up and you might be huffing and puffing a little bit. Changing over to those butt kicks now. So you've got your two options. You've got your running option or you've got your step and curl. Both are fine. Alternate between, choose the one that you like best. Whatever you do, remember that as you go through, record in your journal so that we can measure your progress over the 12 to 15 weeks. Coming in for fast feet now, and you want to be moving so fast that your bum is actually moving on its own. Alright, we're going to get some serious butt jiggle happening, booty bounce, whatever you want to call it, move those feet. And bring it on for those broken burpees. So remember, you can step in and out, or you can jump in and out. You can be doing it on a chair, a table, or if you're really feeling energetic, you could be doing this down on the ground. Remember to push yourself. You want to be making improvements, but also listen to your body. Push right to the end. Alright, you've got 2 minutes of work left in this workout today, so let's get those crossovers happening. Up nice and tall and then right down to your toes. While you're pushing it here, have a think. When we were doing program 1, could you reach your toes? Could you add a little jump in there? How far have you come? You're doing an amazing job. Keep pushing. "30 seconds high knees, come at us." Driving those knees up tall, and if you are doing the running option, make sure those knees are getting up nice and high. If you squeeze your abs and think about pulling your pelvic floor on now, you should be able to feel those abdominals working as you lift each knee as well. Getting ready for that squat and press. Remember, I'm using a light resistance band here. If you try the light one and it's too easy, you can always up the ante. Try it all out. If you need to, pause the video to test them. Keep those hips moving backwards and those shoulders pressing up tall. Hips back, weight in the heels, just like we would with a regular squat. And ready for our final 30 seconds of work today with those shoulder taps. Remember, you can do it on a wall, table, chair, knees or toes, and you're trying to keep those hips as still as you can while you're tapping those shoulders. Time for a cool down. One of the most important parts of a workout is cooling down and stretching out once you finish. It's very, very important because this is how we prevent injuries. So your first stretch here is a quad stretch. You can do it standing up like I am, pulling your heel to your bottom, or you can lay down on your side and make this same movement again. So laying on your side and pull your top leg up to your bum. You're feeling the stretch down the front of your leg. You want to keep your knees close together and imagine that you're pushing your knee or pointing your knee at the ground. Change legs now. By all means, you can hold on to something to balance here. This is not about practicing your balance so much as it is stretching out your quads. Again, if you find it difficult to balance, you can be doing this laying down on the floor and it is just as beneficial. Our next lower body stretch today is going to be hitting your hamstrings and also your calves. So you'll see that I've got all the weight in the front leg there, pushing into the heel, into my bent leg there. The back leg, I'm pushing my heel as far as I can to the ground, stretching out my calf muscle and also feeling a bit of a stretch into my hamstring. So we're working on the back of that straight leg, so all the way up the back of my leg. Pressing down into that back heel to really stretch out your calves. Step your back foot forward and lean onto the other knee. Point your toe as far as you can towards the sky, and you should feel your hamstring really start to stretch out here. It's quite likely that your hamstrings are tight, so just do what feels comfortable here. You can progress to grabbing your toe, but if that doesn't feel good for you, then please don't do that. You can pull your toe towards you if you need to, or even lean a bit lower towards that straight leg. Swapping over, stretching out the opposite calf now. So your left leg or the opposite leg is in front, pressing that back heel down to the ground. You can also press your hips forward in this position, which will stretch out your hip flexor, which is at the front of that straight leg there. These can often get quite tight, and so it's important to stretch them out to prevent injury. Rocking over now and getting the hamstring of that opposite leg. Again, pushing your heel to the ground and pointing your toe to the sky, so you should feel the muscle down the back of your leg, which is your hamstring. You can take this option if you like, but you can stay where we were before as well if that's enough pressure for you. Moving into our upper body stretches now, so we're going to start by stretching our shoulders. Put one arm across your body, and with the other arm, you're going to try and pull it towards you. So you should feel it stretching out in the shoulder and moving towards your upper back there a little bit. I like to start with my thumb up and then increase the stretch by turning it down. It's a personal preference, so if you don't feel a difference or you don't feel the need to change it, you don't have to. Push a little bit further around now, just really opening up behind those shoulder blades. You can be doing this stretch while you're sitting down if your legs need a break or if you just need a rest altogether, but it is really important that we do complete the stretch sequence. Arm up and over to get your triceps stretched out. So remember all that movement we did for our tuck shop lady arms? We are going to stretch those back out now to keep ourselves nice and safe. Swapping over, the same sequence on the other arm now. Stretching out our chest, so if you can, clasp your hands together behind your back and then push back, push your chest forward and your shoulders back, releasing our chest muscles and also our shoulders or the front of our shoulders. You can also stretch your chest and your shoulders by resting on a doorway and then pushing against them. So if you can't get your hands together behind your back, that's fine. There are other ways of stretching this. These stretches we're doing are by no means exhaustive, so if you have other stretches that you'd like to do or you feel like you need to do more, please do. Stretching out our upper back here, so clasp your hands together in front this time, pushing your fist away and your back out. So you should feel the muscles just start to release a little bit. This one isn't optional. Some people find this really comfortable and others don't like it at all. Bend your knees and wrap your arms around your legs, and you can push up against it. So again, it's another upper back stretch. As I said, some people love it, some hate it. Well done, girls.